Hi, guys. Right now, we're at Rachel's tomb here in Bethlehem. I'm on the women's side, and David and Sam are over there on the men's side. Come, I want to show you something. Do you see that? All those women have come here to pray, many because they can't have children, and others because they have difficulties with their pregnancies. The women who have difficulties are given a key so they can enter into the tomb. They believe that by doing this, they will have less pain when they give birth. But we know that only God can help them if they pray directly to Him. The Bible says that even Rachel became pregnant when she opened her heart to God in prayer and repented of her sins.
You know, David, this tomb is considered a holy place by Muslims, Christians, and Jews. It is one of the most sacred places in the Holy Land. But today, only Jews can pray here. This is an Israeli site in Palestinian territory. So to protect the people who come to pray, the government built that wall around it.
I see. By the way, I noticed that on the inside of the wall, there is an inscription from Jeremiah 31 verse 15.
Well, Jeremiah 31:15 says that a cry would be heard in Bethlehem, and Rachel would weep for her children who had died, and she would not be comforted. Well, when the Jews were taken to Babylon, they probably passed by the tomb of Rachel, who was buried by the side of the road. And that's why the prophecy says it's as if she would weep for those who were killed by the Babylonians. However, God also stated in the prophecy that the Jews would return to their own land after 70 years.
Yes, but it's also a prophecy about the coming of the Messiah. It was here in Bethlehem that Herod killed the children under the age of 2 when he realized that the wise men from the east did not return to tell him where Jesus had been born.
Ah, so this is another clue. That means that the prophecy mentions that the Messiah's life as a baby will be in danger. Just like when Pharaoh wanted to kill Moses when he was born. That's why the angel told Joseph in a dream to flee to Egypt because Herod wanted to kill him.
Yes, and there you have another clue. After Herod died, God called Jesus out of Egypt to fulfill the prophecy of Hosea that says that God would call his son out of Egypt.
But the prophecy refers to the people of Israel, not Jesus. Or am I wrong?
Well, Matthew's gospel mentions it was a prophecy for Jesus. See, Israel is, in a sense, a symbol of the Messiah. Think about the meaning. Israel means prince and conqueror. And that's what Jesus did. He conquered sin. Furthermore, Isaiah 49 says that the true Israel is the Messiah because he would bring the people to God and be called his humble servant. And in that way, God would be glorified by Israel through the Messiah.
Hey, we have to leave now. The car to Jericho is waiting for us. Let's go. The subway cable is the lowest in the world. From here, we can see the city of Jericho very well. That's the Monastery of Temptation. It's a Greek Orthodox monastery built on top of what tradition believes to be the Mount of Temptation, where Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
This is certainly a very good place to be alone with God. So, is this the desert where Jesus came to pray?
Well, we can never know for sure, but it is very likely that Jesus came to this area and was tempted by the devil in this very desert. The Jordan River is over there, and the Bible says that after he was baptized, he went into the desert and was tempted by the devil.
David, Both Psalm 109 verses 24 and 25 and Psalm 102 verse 5 say, "My knees give way from fasting. My body is thin and gaunt, and I am reduced to skin and bones." Can you imagine how weak Jesus was because of his fast? But there was an important reason why he fasted for so long. It was so he could overcome at the very point where Adam fell, because it was when Adam gave in to his desire to taste the forbidden fruit when sin entered this world. Yet, by fasting and controlling the appetites and passions of human nature, Jesus overcame Satan, and so gives us the strength to overcome as well. Also, it was in that moment of prayer and fasting that God revealed to him his mission, his work, and his victory.
Wow, it's amazing what Jesus did for us and what God can reveal to us when we fast. Now I understand why Jesus is the true Israel. He wrestled with God in prayer, just as Jacob did, and overcame.
That's right, David. He came to show us how we should obey. In Isaiah's prophecy, it is written that Jesus' greatest desire was to do his Father's will. The text says, "Behold, I have come to do your will." When Jesus came to earth, he submitted to the Father. He became obedient in everything, even to the point of dying for us.
So, we too must ask God to show us his will. Now I understand that Jesus did not come just to die on the cross, but he came to be an example for us in everything.
Finally, we can rest. I'm tired from all our traveling. I'm going to go shower. I'll be right back.
I love the view from here. It's almost impossible to believe that this calm lake had such a big storm that frightened the disciples, who were experienced fishermen.
Yes, that's true. Usually, the storms on Lake Galilee aren't that strong. However, in 1992, there was a storm so strong that made waves that were 9 feet or 3 meters high. Honestly, I believe that the storm that Jesus calmed wasn't a normal storm. Satan and his angels wanted to destroy Jesus and his disciples, and they thought that they were going to succeed. But the interesting thing is that the bigger the storm, the better we can see the power of God.
There's a prophecy in Psalms 107 verse 29 that says the Messiah would calm the storm.
It must have been wonderful to have seen the power of Jesus. Words when he commanded the wind and the waves to calm down.
That's true. But do you know what? Jesus' words had another power. They went to the deepest part of the human being. He brought peace to troubled hearts, calmed the storms of human passions, and made people feel loved and understood with the power of his words. Everyone was amazed by his teachings and his way of speaking.
Again, thank you, Anna, for your words. So guys, Satan's attacks make storms in your life. Pray to Jesus like the disciples did, and he will come to save you and give you rest and peace. Well, in this week's homework, don't forget to add the new clues to your mind map. The prophecies about this childhood, obedience, fasting, and the power of his word. Now I have an idea. Why don't you do something with your friends about fasting and discuss in class the benefit it has? I know, it's not much fun to fast, but it's very healthy and it helps us to get closer to God. Maybe by learning about it, you will want to try it for yourself. Well, kids, rest up. We're going to learn many more things the next time we meet. See you next time, friends.